If anxiety is interfering with daily life, it's okay to reach out. Mental health support isn't just for times of crisis. Getting help early on can make a big difference and allow for a great school year. Joining me now this morning is Dr. Sarah Bellefontaine, clinical psychologist and director at Four Wing Psychology in Ottawa, who helps adults manage stress and anxiety. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. It's so great to have you on the show here to talk about this. Back to school. Of course, we're focusing on the students, the kids getting ready, dealing with their own sets of anxieties. Now we got to talk about the adults here,
You bet.
right? And why it is important to seek help, even if it's not a major crisis. But how do you know that the anxiety that you're feeling needs some professional attention?
Yeah, so I guess first of all, let's talk about, what the anxiety looks like. So for adults, what we're looking for is, things starting to interfere, not sleeping as well, thoughts starting to race, getting a little bit irritable with everybody around you. Those are the signs. Anxiety is quite normal at this time of year. We're experiencing a lot of transitions.
Yes.
We're kind of living those transitions along with our kids, whether we're supporting them in the school context or at home. And we're dealing with their big emotions as they're adjusting to the new school year. So there's a whole lot going on in this time of year for adults. Yeah.
Do you find that as adults, as parents, caregivers with young ones going back to school, or not so young ones, but we're helping them go back to school, are we taking on their stress, which is adding to our anxiety as well? Does that happen?
We absolutely are. So a lot of what happens is that we start to feel their big emotions with them. And we start to anticipate some of those big emotions that are going to come. So, and sometimes we don't know what's going to come through the door, which leads to a little bit more anxiety. So one of the things that we can do is have kids start to name some of those feelings as they're coming in the door, for example. For example, one of the tools that I brought here was a little bit of a feelings thermometer. We can have kids kind of note, where they're at. And we can let them put in what would be helpful to them in each of those. So it makes it predictable for all of us. We know what they're feeling. We also know what they need and what's going to be helpful for them as they're coming in the door. We're not having to guess. The more we can make predictable, that's going to do the most in terms of reducing anxiety for everybody, and in particular for adults, parents, teachers even.
Doctor, this is great to have a visual representation of their anxiety, what they're feeling, and then you can go on that. You also have some other items here on the table. Let's talk about them.
So what I brought today was one of the ways that I particularly like to talk about anxiety and manage anxiety is through using our five senses.
Okay.
So I have a little bit of a gamut here of our different five senses and the ways we can use them. I brought an essential oil bottle for us to smell. This one's lavender, but again, if lavender's not your jive, then certainly there's plenty of other scents to go through.
That's great. Okay.
We have tactile things. We have fidgets. For kids, we often think about using fidgets, but for adults too, there's a really calming piece to using those fidgets, and we certainly keep them around at the office for exactly that purpose.
This is amazing. That feels...
I love it.
That is so relaxing.
That one's my favorite
Okay,
one.
all right. Okay, so adults can use them too.
You bet. We have little ear pods, and for that, we're thinking of using, different songs that we enjoy listening to, podcasts that we enjoy listening to, things that are going to be calming for us, and that are going to bring us a little bit of joy at the end of the day, and maybe even just punctuate the end of the day to make it predictable and to delineate that transition between work day and home day.
And then
we have journaling. So that's a lot of people's favorite. There's no wrong way to do journaling. You can journal about the things that went well in the day. You can journal about your day in whole. And then just as a last little thing, I like to add in little taste things. And so I brought some little mints and candies because even that can just, again, bring us a little bit of a calm, the more we can associate things with feeling calm and with, you know, that break in routine or that change in routine, then it becomes more predictable for our body. It knows what to expect.
Dr. Bellefontaine, thank you so much for bringing to the forefront here ways in which adults can deal with some of that anxiety. And if folks want to get in touch, how can they do that with you?
Yeah, so they can reach out to fourwingpsychology.ca.
Okay.
We have a lovely admin team who is always excited to help to match you with the therapist that's going to serve you best. Admin at fourwingpsychology.ca.
Thank you again, Dr. Bellefontaine. It's a pleasure to have you on. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.